Two of the main symptoms of going through a narcissistic abusive relationship is feeling drained and confusion. Understand that if you were attacked at your core, then this is going to affect every facet of your being. It is very important to understand that you are multidimensional in nature. So a simple way to think about this is that your spirit operating a human body with the access to your mind power, your willpower, and your emotions as tools. This is what we call the soul, and the soul would be a similar equivalent to what the personality is or what the psyche is. Recovering from narcissistic abuse then is a recalibration process of finding your way back to your true self, back to your true spirit. Narcissistic abuse is spiritual warfare, so you will experience symptoms of complex post-traumatic stress disorder. So you may oftentimes feel anxious, depressed. You may experience memory loss, brain fog, etc. On the physical level, you could have different bodily aches and pains. So this could be migraines, right? Chest pains out of nowhere, stomach issues, IBS, skin problems. Maybe your hair is falling out. Maybe you're gaining weight. Maybe you're losing weight, etc. So finding your way back to yourself is understanding that one of the effects is complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and with that comes the loss of sense of self or self-worth. The loss of sense of self is because you are being slowly and covertly attacked. Narcissistic abusers oftentimes slowly chip away at their victim's self-esteem, and this is to make them more compliant. Chipping away at somebody's self-esteem is exactly what the narcissistic abuse cycle is meant to do. And with that comes understanding and self-compassion. I say it often here on this channel that pathological narcissists do not go into mutually beneficial relationships with people. They get into abusive cycles. They do not have the capacity to give you anything besides chaos, drama, and trauma. You're dealing with people that are stuck in a cycle. You're dealing with a type of arrested development. So pathological narcissists always idealize their victims, and this is what we call the love bomb. So they will overwhelm you with gifts, flattery, trips, etc. Love bombing is essentially bait because next comes the devalue. Then the discard, and again, they'll always try to drag people back into this abuse cycle. To find your way back to yourself, then it is important to understand where you were, and this would be victim abuser consciousness with the pathological narcissist. Victim abuser consciousness is this area here from shame up to pride on the map of consciousness by Dr. David Hawkins. We can use the Hawkins scale or the map of consciousness as a guide to see where we need to go. So we are here, we are heading for enlightenment. The higher you go, the better you feel. Enlightenment is what you would call your Buddha consciousness, Christ consciousness, and so on. Finding your way back to your true self really does mean loving yourself, and loving yourself means getting the courage to walk away and stay away from abusive, toxic, user, manipulative type people. When we are in a state of love, then we can attract and accept similar people that are on that vibration. As an energetic being, you're really trying to pull people that are on a similar wavelength to you. So when it comes to building healthy, productive, fruitful relationships, then these people must be in the fourth dimension or higher. Pathological narcissists, again, are stuck between shame and pride, and they don't have access to higher awareness, these higher level emotions. When it comes to the love bombing, for example, pathological narcissists will mimic, however, they themselves do not have love within. So finding your way back to your true self involves maintaining your frame and knowing how to discern. So number one would be knowing yourself, so knowing how to discern self and knowing who am I. And again, your spirit governing a human body with access to tools such as your emotions, your willpower, and your mind. in the narcissistic abusive entanglement, then you descended into the third dimension, right? Pathological narcissists do not have the capacity to exit. So maintaining our frame, being connected to ourselves, being connected to our spirit means then we need to maintain or raise our standards. Again, this is getting the courage to walk away and stay away from users, manipulators, etc. Self-love essentially is the cure to codependency or people pleasing. So do not abandon yourself. Do not lower your standards for other people. If you were in a relationship with a narcissist, then you were most likely the scapegoat or the lost child in a dysfunctional family system. Scapegoats and lost children essentially are groomed to become either very narcissistic or enablers or people pleasers. So if you fall more so on the people pleasing side of the spectrum, there is a lot of shame and guilt that you inherited from your family system that you must let go. A really good book to have in your arsenal is The Human Magnet Syndrome by Dr. Ross Rosenberg, which explains the narcissist codependent trap. And as always, if you appreciate the content, please give us a like, share, and subscribe, and comment if you have any questions or feedback, and I'll catch you in the next video.